legend time. And just know, real bottle. Look at this is it's actual Quilceda Creek Cabernet we're opening. We didn't top it up with some kind of whatever the hell, some sneaky Pete sort of wine. This is legit Quilceda Creek Cabernet heading straight down my pie hole shortly. Crew's been waiting for this offer. I've been waiting for it too. Let's talk about America's best Cabernet. Not California, all right? Let's do the whole United States of America. What could Quilceda Creek be the greatest Cabernet in the United States? The answer? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Why couldn't it? Why couldn't this be America's greatest Cabernet? I mean, think about it. 6 times on the Spectator, 6 times on the Spectator Top 100 list. At least 4 perfect 100-point scores. It used to be 600-point scores from Advocate, but Bob Parker's apparently got obliterated by some new guy that came in and gave the wine 99 instead of 100. Over 50 wines, 50 times this wine's won over 95 points from Wine Advocate, you know, between all the stuff that Quilceda Creek does. And named Food and Wine's top American wine, not once, but twice. Think about that one. Food and Wine, what's the first thing they want to do? Is like, okay, we need to have a new one. And basically, Quilceda Creek was so effing good, they had no choice but to do it again. You know, it's like, oh, we can't give Shaq the MVP. He's too big and dominating, so we're going to give it to some other kind of crappy player who's almost as good. When fact of the matter, Shaquille O'Neal should have been MVP for played. Yeah, right? And that's what happens with these guys. Sometimes they're just too good. They can't win everything every year. You know, one of those deals. And they're still great. How would you say it, Patrick? Golitzin? The Golitzin family started the property up in 1979. So we're coming up on 50 years, 45 years. That's incredible. We started with Quilceda in the early 90s, early mid-90s, 94 the first vintage we sold, 94, 95's first vintage we sold here. And the fact of the matter is the wine has been so popular over the years, so amazing, so in demand, so desirable, that we don't get it every year. There's a lot of years where it's just direct from their mailing list, and we don't get access to any of it, to be perfectly honest. It's super allocated. It's the best. You know, when you're the best, that's what happens. And this year, we were absolutely tickled pink to get an allocation of Quilceda Creek, and what a treat it is. You know, if you had to ask me, I'd say it's America's best Cabernet. There's some good ones in Napa, don't get me wrong, but what I love about Quilceda is this wine has a mojo all its own. That silky, velvety, deep black cherry, it never hints at over extraction. It hints at perfect extraction, but with this suppleness, this slinky, sexy suppleness that goes on with this perfectly extracted Cabernet Sauvignon fruit. They're just masters between the vineyard, and the vineyard does have something to do with it, and getting in the cellar. It's 100% new oak. You don't feel a stitch of it. You had no clue. If you told me it was all neutral barrels, I'd be like, oh, wow, great, yeah, I get it. 22 months aging, you don't feel it. Let's get back to the vineyard. Shampoo is the anchor vineyard for this wine, and Shampoo is one of the Grand Cru sites in Washington, Champous, and Quilceda Creek has they are Shampoo basically now. And the wine they produce from this vineyard, with a lot of older vines actually, there's a lot of early 70s plantings, if memory serves, in this vineyard, and you just get exquisite old vine material that's, again, not overdone. It is perfectly done, and slinky and spicy, and damn it, just one of the best things you can put in your mouth. What? What? Mm. Mm. And how that black cherry echoes all the way from the front to the back of the finish. it's a race car of a wine on the palate, so complete. The fruit drives through the back, and you're just like, again, again, and this wine just makes you just again. It is so exquisite, so great, with a literally, virtually unmatched track record. I think we ran a piece, half a dozen years ago or something, trying to, compare it to, Bryant and Harlan or whatever, or Screaming Eagle or something. And the comparison wasn't fair because this came out on top. And I would hesitate to argue that this is still on top. Now, those other wineries are neck and neck, right? But I think Quilceda had the better, greater head start here. So, impeccable winemaking, 100 points. 100 points, again, from Owen Bargreen. You're going to say, who's Owen Bargreen? Owen Bargreen actually has chops, people. This guy worked for Venice. He worked for Decanter. He has his own publication now, just like Lisa Perotti Brown does, just like Jeb Dunnick does. But he's something of a Washington specialist. This was kind of his neck of the woods. And nobody knows these wines better than Owen does. And the 2022 Quilceda Creek is 100 points again with a bullet. What a treat to get to do this. I mean, literally, it's like, yeah, you can have a couple bottles. And this year, we actually get to sit there and go like, do you guys want some Quilceda Creek? And believe me, you want this wine. It's not cheap. The sincerely great ones never are. But one thing I will tell you is in the context of all that overpriced Napa Cabernet, et cetera, this is one wine that really, honestly, truly justifies the tab. It really does. It's one of those wines that, for the price, I can't argue. They're like, it's this. And you know what? You pour yourself a glass of it, you taste the wine. By the way, there's a lot of wines in Napa that can justify the price too. It's not like all of Napa is like, in the shit when it comes to pricing. Most of it is, but that's because there were 10 guys that when you told them the price of the wine, you were like, yeah, I got you. This is pretty incredible stuff. And this is one of those wines where you can just stick your face in the glass and you're like, yep, give it to me, run the card. It's just there. And it's been there for 30 plus years. Amazing. Mm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sure.
Tristan's been patiently waiting on the sidelines as we...
Yes.
Yeah. This is one of those like...
So I listen to the talk and it's like, okay, I want some.
So anyway, kudos to the Golitzin family. Again, incredible, incredible Cabernet. One of the best on the planet. If you're going to spring $2 bills on a bottle of Cabernet, this is the one to spring it on and do it with a smile, with joy, knowing that you are simply getting one of the best. What a treat. Click. Bye. Now. Cheers.